I'm Johan Pilestedt. I'm a creative game director at Arrow Game Studios. We're working on the title Magicka. What makes the game unique? It's an action adventure game, that much I've said. The real unique thing about Magicka is its dynamic spell system, in which will allow the player to dynamically create their own spells during gameplay. So, for example, you can combine a fire spell with a water spell to get a steam spell. And this is done using a sort of a radial menu system and combinations like Street Fighter or Tekken. So we combine Zelda and Diablo and all those games into one and get really interesting game mechanics out of it. And we don't reveal the combinations for all the spells to the player. So that's an aspect of the game which the player is free to explore. And since we have 10 elements and you have several slots to place them in, we get several thousands or millions of combinations available to the player. And all the spells have different attributes. For example, if you add enough water to a spell, you get a pushback effect like a water cannon on a fire truck. But if you add earth to that spell, we cast an earth projectile which blasts water, spraying, making everybody wet in a radius. The action-adventure aspect of the game is very fast-paced, and it's cooperative, mainly. That's the real focus of the game, to play with your friends in the game and successfully utilize your tactics you built up to defeat enemies. For example, one of my friends might cast a water spell on a huge stone troll, and after that, put a cold spell on it to make it freeze the water on it so it becomes frozen. And then the third player blasts it with a stone projectile, shattering the troll, and we successfully destroyed the troll in a matter of seconds instead of a fight that could take up to 20 or 30 seconds. So utilizing tactics will allow you to successfully destroy your enemies in a very short time. And there is a big gap between small new players and the really experienced ones. One that is so very, very large. So it will be really, I think hardcore gamers will really find this game funny. So other than the spell casting and the cooperative and all that, we've chosen to place the game in a familiar setting. The world is super generic. We don't pretend to invent the wheel. In fact, it's been invented so many times that you're getting a bit tired about it. Instead, we mock it some. We take a very humorous attempt at the fantasy world, more in a Terry Pratchett kind of way, where the players themselves are not those epic characters which everybody adores. They are rather the outcasts of society, and nobody really sides with their cause. Sure, there are a lot of trolls and goblins in the forest, but hey, we're doing okay, so we don't have to do anything about it, and you're going stirring everything up. That's just bad. I've talked about the cunning and wits. Just the satiric and situational humor, we just briefly touched that, but we have a very deep sense of situational humor. And what I mean by situational humor is that things happen unexpectedly. You think you're gonna cast a fireball at a horde of goblins, but instead somebody else puts up a shield and the fireball explodes against the shield, raining fire on everybody, and everybody starts burning, and you try to put out the fire by casting water on them, but you add too much water and you start pushing people around with it instead of cliffs and stuff. So we really enjoy the situational humor in Friendly Fire, which we are dead hard on. There are no way to turn off Friendly Fire. That's just something you have to deal with and adapt your spells after that.